Hello everyone, and welcome to Turn-Based Thursday Fest, Gloomhaven. I'm your host, Colors Fade. Should be a good, fun time today. So this is a game based on a tabletop RPG that came out in 2017, and just as quickly as it came out, is considered already one of the great tabletop RPGs of the time. So I'm pretty excited about this. Everyone, let me know if the audio needs to be adjusted for sound, needs to be made louder or whatever. We're going to get rolling here in a second, though. Just making sure all my channel business is happening. Okay, let's give this a roll. So here's my plan for today. We have about an hour to play this as part of Turn-Based Fest. As you can see, we got the logos on here. Really nice work by the people who put this together to give us these assets. I had totally forgot to look at them yesterday for the Wildermyth playthrough. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to turn off the dice logo and the main logo. We'll leave the owl up there in the corner. And what we're going to do is run through these tutorials. So this game has a bunch of tutorials and they're all really good for the most part. There's a couple of tweaks I'd make. Clearly, I have not gone through very many. I've gone through the first four. You can see the check marks. Since this is such a different kind of game based on a tabletop game, I figured it'd be good to run through these two tutorials. And as I was running through them, I actually got stuck in a couple of things. So we're just going to run through from the start so you can become acquainted with the rules the same way I do. Jamal Bayless, hello. Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. So I'm going to run through these tutorials because I want everybody... You're probably as new to this game as I am, so we all need to have an understanding of the rules. Plus, this will really help people watching this as a video on demand later get a feel for how the game works. So we're just going to jump into the first tutorial. I've done the first four, so I have some idea of how things work.
Guild Master. I'm the guild trainer, and I'm here to guide you through setting up your own mercenary guild. Let's start with you guiding the brute through this first tutorial.
And I think I might want to up the sound just so you can hear his voice a little better. And then we'll take the music and turn it down a little bit. All right, let's see that. So it's a really nice tutorial system. And you want to acquaint yourself with how to adjust the view on the battlefield, which is really nicely done. It's a really nice looking game. Right away when I got into it, I was like, oh, this looks slick. So in this tutorial, the brute has 3 cards at his disposal, and you can see in highlight on the left the grab and go, the trample, and the provoking war. There's a pretty neat system here in how we do this. The provoking war is grayed out to indicate that it is currently discarded for the sake of the tutorial. This is a card-based RPG. So we're going to select trample. Every card has 2 actions. See the question next to the brute's portrait at the top of the screen has changed to a number. This shows his initiative. The number next to the first card you select determines the character's initiative for the round. The lower the number, the earlier in the round the character will act. So it's important to choose your 2 cards for a round based on trying to get to go first. Since there are no other characters visible right now, it will immediately be the brute's turn anyway. So we'll select grab and go. Every card has 2 options. This is really important and part of what makes this game really unique. Now it's the brute's turn, time to choose some actions. Each half of the card represents an action comprised of 1 or more abilities. You get to use 2 actions per turn, and you can pick any of the 4 card halves on the left to use as your first action. But note, and this is where it gets really unique, you must then use the opposite side of the other card for your second part of your action. So that's where the strategy comes in to play. For example, here you can choose either the top half of trample and the bottom half of grab and go, or vice versa. So there's nothing for the brute to do in this room, so you want to proceed through and see what goes beyond the door. So grab and go's bottom half lets the brute move 4 hexes, which is enough to get through the door. So let's do that. We'll move, click on the door, Open the door. Everything has got an ability to verify before you do something. This room contains your first enemy, a bandit guard. Like player characters, monsters also select actions for their turn. Let's find out what the bandit is planning to do this round by hovering over their portrait. So it'll show you he's got one move tile, and then he's going to attack for 3 damage, and his initiative is 70. So yeah, whilst hover, you can see his intentions, move and attack. Whereas the player gets 2 actions per turn, monsters only get 1, albeit with multiple abilities within it. But that's not kind of exactly true. We don't really get 2 actions. We get half of one and half of the other. It's a sandwich. It's pastrami on rye. Notice how this bandit has a lower initiative than the brute. You would have acted before the brute this round had he been visible. As it is currently the brute's turn, however, you'll get to finish this turn before the bandit can act. So you revealed him, but since it's still part of your turn, you get to keep going. Let's get the brute to get close enough to use attack on the trample top half as the second action for the turn. So we'll confirm our movement. We'll use all 4 of our move points. Grab and goes down, and now all we can do left is trample. So we'll select this. And here's the other part. They'll explain this later, but your attack... And I love that they have an undo button. They're not going to let you do it during the tutorial, but there are other options here. Sometimes it's a little bit more flexible than this. So we're going to do the attack. We're going to pick him, confirm our targets. We're going to smack him around for 2. Whenever you attack, an attack modifier is drawn from your character's modifier deck, and that value is applied to your attack. In this case, you can see the bandit card that the modifier is 0, so your attack still just deals its base damage of 3. This is for the tutorial purposes. I can imagine this is much more involved than once you actually have a full deck. And that's the part that's going to intrigue me as far as playing this beyond this hour-long introduction during TurnBasedThursdayFest. Is I'm an old school customizable card game player. I played Star Wars and I played Lord of the Rings when they were big. I never did get into Magic the Gathering because I knew that would never end. So, thank God, that's a money sink. For this tutorial, we will only have 0 modifiers in effect. So he's going to attack. He's going to do his 3 damage. Very cool. And the brute's turn, and now the bandit guard gets to go. Now it's the bandit's turn, and as we saw in his card, he can move once and then perform a melee attack. However, as he's already within melee range of the brute, he would simply forego moving and get straight to the attack. And he damages us. Ouch. While monsters always take damage directly to their hit points, whenever a player character is damaged, you are presented with 3 options. First, you can simply take the damage to your character's hit point total. However, this is reduced to 0, the character is exhausted, which means they can no longer act in this scenario. If all your mercenaries are exhausted, you will lose the scenario. Secondly, you can choose to burn 2 discarded ability cards instead of receiving the damage. If you burn a card, it can no longer be recovered by resting. You got your discard pile and your lost pile. Those are Star Wars terms. However, if you would have burned 2 of the brute's cards here, he would not have enough cards left for the following turn, and thus would be exhausted because he only has 3 cards, so you can't burn 2. Finally, you can choose to burn 1 available card. This option is grayed out as all of the brute's cards are currently discarded. So, it's usually wise to take the damage over the burning cards, if possible, lest you run out of cards to finish the scenario with. For now, it's up to just take 3 damage as the brute has enough health to survive. And then you get a choice between a long and a short rest. And a long rest, well, they'll describe it. Bandit's turn to act is over. He was the last character to act. It's the new round. During the ability card selection, you have at least 2 discarded cards that you may perform a long or a short rest to recover some of them. All of the brute's ability cards are currently discarded. Long rest doesn't count as a card. As such, you will have to rest to continue. Short rest will burn 1 of the discarded cards at random, losing it for the rest of the scenario, but will recover all the other discarded cards before continuing your turn as normal, so you can recover cards to use immediately in this very turn. Long rest takes up the whole turn and is used instead of selecting 2 ability cards, giving the character an initiative of 99 so they go last no matter what. However, you not only get to choose which card to burn instead of being at random, but the character will perform a heal 2 action or refresh all item cards. That's kind of a bummer that long rest and short rest keep burning cards. I gotta assume when you're in the actual game that you have enough cards for this to matter. So choosing the long rest here would be certain death if the bandit draws an attack card for the round, as the brute has neither health nor cards to spare. So let's choose the short rest option. We still gotta burn a card, and it's a random card, so the grab and go is gone. And now we only have 2 cards to choose. In exchange, Trample and Provoking Roar have been returned to the hand and are available to use for the next round. Both the brute and the bandit are near death, so it's crucial to go as early as possible. Remember, the first card you choose determines the initiative. So we want to choose this one first. Our initiative's 10. Then we're going to grab Trample. He's got a 50 initiative. He's just going to move to an attack. So we need to just attack this guy, and he's got 2 hit points left. So if we attack him with 2, and disarm has the nice option here. Select the top half. Oh, they want me to select Trample. Okay. Disarm is nice though. It basically is a stun that prevents them from going for their turn. So he's dead. Got him. Do you see the gold on the floor that the bandit left behind? To pick it up, you need to use a loot ability. However, one important rule of Gloomhaven to bear in mind is that you don't automatically loot treasure unless you finish your turn on it. If you want it, make sure to pick it up before the scenario ends. Loot abilities can also appear on ability cards, but the easiest way to collect it here is to end your turn on the hex that contains the gold pile. So let's move the brute onto it, and we have a move card. But wait, look at Provoking Roar. It doesn't have a move ability on the bottom half of the action, so how can the brute reach the gold? Well, that's what this little part up here is for. This is where default actions come in handy. To the left and right of the central initiative value are 2 small default action buttons. These allow the character to perform an action like an attack for 2 or a move for 2 instead of the full action. So we can hit this, we can move for 1, we can land on the gold pile, we can skip the rest of the movement. He lands on the gold pile, ends the scenario, gets the gold.
Not only did you vanquish the lone bandit guard, you've even managed to pick up a few pieces of gold. With the basics covered, it's now time to introduce you to some slightly more dangerous scenarios.
I like our trainer. He's a fun guy. So really well put together tutorial. We'll keep going. Grab and go. Couple of these. One of these got me stuck for a while.
Welcome to your first training mission. You've learned the basics, but now you must help the gravely wounded brute deal with a bandit archer elite, a stronger enemy with greater stats than normal. With only a single hit point remaining, any amount of damage getting through will cause the brute to become exhausted. As such, you will have to avoid any incoming damage by burning cards. For the sake of training, the attack modifier decks will all be +0s, so don't worry about those for now. Your objectives to start are: take down the archer with a single attack. Loot the gold she drops. Now surely you can handle that.
One would think, but I actually had to play this scenario twice when I did it for the first time. So we have some choices here, and you might be thinking, oh, well, I'll just get a skill that allows me to go really early, and then I'll get something really powerful like Overwhelming Assault. But guess what? This character in this scenario, they're going to have a 14 initiative, so there's no way to do this. We have to have Overwhelming Assault, and then Grab and Go allows us to move 4, and Shield Bash is going to shield on ourselves. We just want to survive and go. So we're going to do this and this. See, he's got a 14, Turkey. There's no way we could beat him. So burn a card to avoid the damage. We will burn 1 available card. We'll burn Spare Dagger. And then he puts a trap there, which is too bad because there was a card that would allow him to push us. And I wonder if pushing him into a trap would have done damage, but we don't get that option now. So, because this right here, you can push, but it does not matter. So we're just going to burn this card. Now, what they don't tell you, and they'll tell you after you do this, so you're going to miss it. This is where I wish they would kind of tell you up front. This little icon down here, burned, denotes that this card will not go to the discard pile after usage, but rather the burn pile, from which cards cannot be recovered by resting, but can be by certain recover abilities. So you're going to burn this card no matter what, so you might as well just attack with it. And right there, confirm it. It does 6 damage.
Overwhelming Assault is a powerful card, but such power comes at a cost. Actions like Overwhelming Assault's top half, with the flaming card icon in the corner, cause the card to be burned once used, meaning you can't use it again in this scenario. Time to grab that gold.
Alright, so we need to move. Get the gold. We can skip movement and end the brute's turn, and he's going to pick that up. But there's a chest over here too.
Good job. With no enemies left and your objectives complete, the scenario normally would have ended already, leaving that chest behind. However, for the sake of training, I'm going to set you another objective. Loot the chest. Before you rush headlong into that trap, you might want to heal up a bit first. I'd suggest taking a long rest, which will let you heal too and recover enough discarded cards, allowing you to withstand the 2 damage from the trap and reach the chest.
Yep, so long rest. Select a discarded card to burn. Perform long rest. Let's see, what do we want? This is move 4, loot 1. Attack to any enemy who targets one of your adjacent oh, that's interesting. Don't really need that. Burn provoking aura. Yep, so we got 2 cards left. We get some health back. Move on to the trap and take the damage. Okay. So it really doesn't matter. We only got 2 cards left. This loot 1 is kind of interesting. You could choose this card. Do this. He gets damaged. We're gonna, I mean, you can do a couple different things. So you can just keep moving and land on it. And then you can also do loot, which will loot everything around you in a 1 tile square. So you get some boots. During your movement, add 2 movement to a single movement. Nice. Traps everywhere.
Oh, those boots of striding will come in handy next time you need a little extra mobility. Right, on to the next part of your training.
So in the third one,
So,
this is where
about the basic
oh, this one's
attack
fun.
and move abilities.
It's the next one I get hung
This
up
time
on.
we're going to use some abilities with additional effects. A move action with a jump effect will help you here. Jump allows you to cross tiles containing obstacles or enemies, and even move over traps without triggering them, provided you can reach an empty hex to land on.
Okay.
Those boots of striding you picked up last time can be used to increase a move ability by 2 hexes. That'll enable you to get up close and personal this turn. You don't have the damage to take her out in one go, but if you act fast, you could apply the disarm condition to her before she can attack. Your objectives for this first round are: use a jump movement to get across the traps unscathed, disarm the archer before she attacks.
What
Good
fools
luck.
me here is their use of the word jump. So if we want to go first, provoking roar has attack and disarm, which we're going to want. We need the disarm part. And then leaping cleave, which has the move and the jump part. So this gets a 44. It's going to move 1 and then attack either 3 in melee or range for 4. We don't want to do either one of those, so we're going to move. And then we can use our boots to +2 during a single movement. So we do that. Gets us up here. It's more like a glide move than a jump, but point taken. All right, so then we can skip the rest of the movement, and then we can attack and disarm, and this works like a stun. I'm not sure why they call it disarm, because it's not like the character drops their weapon and has to spend a turn picking it back up. It's more like a stun, but... 0 damage, but now they are stunned.
You did it. Not only did you get a decent hit in with provoking roar, but thanks to the disarm condition you applied, the archer couldn't attack for the turn. She's low on health now, so you should be able to finish her off. Your objectives this turn are: kill the archer, jump over the traps, and loot the chest. I want you to achieve both this round.
Kill the archer. All right, so we have to do a short rest, and what do we got? We need attack and disarm are not necessarily important. We need the jump one for sure, overwhelming assault, which we could burn if we want to make sure to kill her. So let's do short rest, provoking roar. She's only got 2 though, and you could disarm her again. Why not burn overwhelming assault though? Let's do this. Perform a short rest. Overwhelming assault. Oh, so it gets burned because it's chosen at random. Okay. All right. So in this turn, we're going to choose provoking roar to go first, and then leaping cleave, which is going to let us jump. They got a 68 for an attack and a ranged attack. So we will do the attack disarm. That should kill it. And then we should be able to move with the jump abilities. Don't take any damage. And then the turn ends and we're on top of the chest. We get the gold, but we didn't get that gold there. Okay. Should have grabbed that gold, but that's all right.
A rest, stab, and a jump right onto the chest. Nicely done. That potion will surely be of use in the missions to come.
Well, let's see about that. All right, so the 4th one. This is the one I got stuck on for a little bit. I was like, make it make sense.
To be a successful guildmaster, you need to pay close attention to enemy actions and try to plan your moves around them. Just one simple objective for you this time. Don't get attacked. You'll have to start over if an enemy manages to land a hit. You'll need to escape this room by opening the door in front of the brute. But remember that enemies in the next room will also get to act this round. My advice? Act quickly, looking carefully at what actions the enemies are going to take. I've set it up so that you should be able to find a safe place to stand, out of reach from all enemies. Let's see if you can survive.
So here's the part that threw me is you can pick grab and go because you can move 4 with it. And then here's one where you can move 3. Provoking roar, so you can go first. Leaping cleave is going to give you a move 3 and then with a jump. You don't need grab and go because you don't need to actually move 4. So bandit archer is going to move 1 and then attack with the 3 of range, and this is going to move 2 and attack for 2. So him being able to move 2 right now, he could hit you. None of these guys can get over there to hit you if you get to the door. What I was worried about the whole time was I was thinking, well, this is easy. They're going to move 1 and shoot me at the door. But apparently that's not the case. You go over here and you open the door. You got this guy. He's got the same thing as they do. He's going to move 2 and attack for 2. So if he moves anywhere here, if you take another step, he's going to hit you, which ends the scenario. I think what they're trying to do here is teach you that you can use the skip movement button, and then with the attack and disarm, you can just skip the attack. This person's actually not going to hit you with their bow because they move there for some reason. I don't understand why, but I kept trying to figure out a way to get past the second guy, and I couldn't. And I kept getting hit.
You eluded the enemies in both rooms. Opening a door will always add more enemies to deal with. So make sure you're prepared for that when opening doors in future scenarios.
Okay, my friend.
Just one more round of bandit dodging to complete the mission. You'll find it tricky to locate a safe space this time. Perhaps you could try preventing an attack to survive?
That might be good. So let's see. We need a short rest. It's going to burn, leaping cleave. And now we're going to get this provoking roar. There's our disarm. There's our stun. We'll get to go first. And then you can move 3 with a push at the end. Or you can just go grab and go and move out of the way, which should be enough. We're going to do this. They're going to move 2 and then attack with their bow for 3, or immediately they're going to move 2 and attack. All right. So, if we want attack and disarm, actually, I'm not close enough for that. So we're going to have to move first, and then we're going to have to disarm this guy in order to meet the Guildmaster's objectives. So stun this guy, and nobody else can get to us. I probably should have moved over 1 more square so this archer can't for sure get to me, but we should be good. They're going to move there, and they can't shoot. They're going to move 2 in and block the door. Everybody else is stuck. Scenario ended. Don't get attacked.
Stuff. You're well on your way to becoming a professional. And how about that disarm? Pretty powerful condition, eh? That and a nice low initiative of 10 makes Provoking Roar a really nifty ability for getting out of nasty scrapes. 1 more test, and then I think you'll be ready to start exploring the world and recruiting mercenaries to our guild.
Well, let's see about that. So now we're going to do a tutorial I haven't done yet. Attack modifiers. Get acquainted with attack modifiers, how they work, and how they will affect each and every one of your attacks. Well, let's do it. I want to learn something.
Let's talk about attack modifiers. So far in your training, characters have always drawn a +0 attack modifier, meaning their attacks have always dealt the exact damage value specified on the cards. This is not normally the case. In real scenarios, for each attack, the character will draw an attack modifier which influences the damage dealt. These can increase the damage by +1, +2, or ×2. Decrease by -1, -2, or ×0, or leave the value unaffected, as you've seen with a +0. You can see the contents of a character's modifier deck by hovering over any character. Note that unlike player characters, all monsters share a single attack modifier deck.
Wow. Travis J1 J1975 says, finally catch a live stream. Thanks, man. It's nice to see you here. It's awesome. Well, it's Turn-Based Thursday Fest, so I took the whole week off. I intend on streaming all week long. Today should be a particularly fun day. We're going to do Gloomhaven here for the next half an hour, maybe longer than that. Started Wildermyth yesterday, showcased that. That's a really fun game. I kind of want to come back to that a little bit today. And then the Tracy brothers officially released Cyber Knights Flashpoint last night. It's live. It's no longer in early access. Since today is the official launch day, it seems like it would be a good thing to pay tribute to them and show some of that game this afternoon. So that's my afternoon plan here on the West Coast. For now, though, Gloomhaven, we're running through the tutorial.
These archers have just 2 attack modifiers remaining in their decks.
Oh, geez.
×2 and ×0. We want them to draw the ×0 to deal no damage, and we're going to give them disadvantage to ensure that.
Oh, really?
Ranged attacks have disadvantage when their target is on an adjacent hex. This forces the attacker to draw 2 modifier cards instead of just 1, and the worst result is selected.
Oh, geez.
As these archers only have 2 modifiers remaining, if they attack with disadvantage, they will draw both, but be forced to choose the ×0 over the ×2 as the worst result, dealing no damage. You can see when disadvantage will apply from the flashing purple symbol next to the health bar. You can only disadvantage one
archer. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Kill the other with a ranged attack. Should be easy, as the Brute's attack modifier deck is full of +1s for this mission. You can thank me later.
You can thank
Your
me later.
objectives are: stand next to one of the archers to give her disadvantage, kill the other archer with a ranged attack.
Okay, let's take a look at our cards then. Spare Dagger is a ranged attack, does 3. Okay. And then it's got a regular attack for 2. Leaping Cleave That's fun. Moves 3 with the jump. Grab and go, which is just move 4 in a loot. So clearly we're going to want spare dagger first with the lowest initiative, and then leaping cleave to use the move on. Yep. Actually, let's see, where are we at? We're at 1, 2, 3. How far is the spare dagger? Range 3. So we need to be like, if we're here, for sure it works. Still have to be able to attack. Let's see. How is this going to work exactly? I'm a little curious about that. Attack. Attack, attack, attack. Yeah, so we got to be able to attack. We got to be able to move and attack. Wait a minute. So what have we got? This is just a move 1. This is leap. I'm further than 3 away, so it's not like I can attack the other guy first. Let's do this then. Let's see if my brain works. He's got an attack 3 and a range 4 attack. Both of them do because they're bandit archers. Okay. So if I wanted to attack, it's a range of 3, which is not going to get me where I want to. So I need to move first. I can move to this guy. Okay. Let's do that. Now I'm standing next to him. Now I got to kill the other guy with a ranged attack. I got a 3, attack 3. Okay, where's the deal about the modifiers though? +1. She's got the ×2.
See how she drew both the ×0 and ×2 modifiers? Disadvantage forced her to draw 2 attack modifiers and use the worst one. You also saw how your attack with spare dagger drew a +1, thus dealing 4 damage total to take down the other archer. Your final objectives are: kill the remaining archer, loot the chest.
What I didn't get though is how I was supposed to know what those things are ahead of time, those attack modifiers. So I only have 2 cards, so it doesn't matter. She's got that one. So if I look at this, that doesn't tell me anything about her attack modifiers. If I look over here, it says attack modifiers 0 +1 ×2. And the null one, which I guess is what it's calling the -0. Okay. So I've got a range attack, but how do I know what I'm getting on my attacks? That's what I don't understand, is how do I know what I'm getting? How do I know that I'm getting a +1? I'm not sure they adequately explain that part. Anybody know? Oh, is that what this star means here? Is that how we know? I'd like to be clear about that, because that's going to be a huge part of the strategy, is knowing what your modifiers are going to be. Okay. All right. Well, he wants me to loot the chest this round. Okay. That means we got to leave the other stuff on the ground, no matter what. They heat her shield when damaged by an attack. Gain shield 1 for the attack. Okay.
Nice. A heater shield should help you soak up some damage. You've finished your basic training missions. Time to introduce you to the other mercs and get you exploring.
I feel like I'm still in over my head here. Let's see, what's the next tutorial? I am Brute. The Brute is in a struggle against the living bones. Use everything you got to make sure they stay dead for good. What? Okay. Let's take a look at this then. let's begin looking more closely at what each individual character can do. In this scenario, Brute has 2 level 1 living bones elites to deal with, which means their stats will be greater than their level 0 counterparts. Monster stats are combined with the base ability card draw for the monster class's turn, resulting in the cards you see when the monster's cards for the round are revealed. So expect them to move a bit further and attack a bit harder, especially as they are elites. Note how they both have an innate shield 1 effect, indicated by the shield icon. Each point of shield prevents 1 damage from incoming. I figured that's what that did. That's good that makes sense. However, an amount of shield can be ignored if targeted with an attack with Pierce. Oh, okay. I have it on good authority that these living bones are going to attack more than once each this turn. Oh, really? You are low on cards and won't be able to afford to burn any cards, so surviving here will require some shielding of your own. By the way, while these enemy shields are an innate persistent effect, normally active bonuses granting abilities such as shield are accompanied by a round or a persistent duration icon. Okay. Your objectives are kill a living bones using an attack with Pierce, apply some shield of your own, use your minor healing potion. Okay. Alright, so shield bash is going to give me what? Attack 4 and a stun. Okay, that's good because the one's got 3 health and a shield. That's nice. And then shield self for 1. Spare dagger is going to do... Oh, and this... I suppose this means it's got the 2 modifier on it. Spare dagger, which is going to attack for 3 with a modifier of 1. And then trample. Okay, there's your attack Pierce. But it doesn't say it has a modifier. And then the other one is attack 2. Targets all enemies moved through. So it moves 4 with a jump. It attacks for 2. Targets all enemies moved through. Okay, so you would move through and do 2 damage with a 2 modifier for a total of 4. Wow. Okay, I like that. We definitely want that. And then shield bash, which would allow you to attack and stun for 4 with a modifier 2. We want this and this, I think. So he's got a 74. He's going to move 4 and attack for 2. Target 1 enemy with all attacks. Okay. So we're going to do this. And we're going to... All enemies that you move through. This will do a total of 4, should do a total of 4 damage. And then the other one is going to stun. And that's my only option. I can't, like, go through this guy, can I? Okay. That's interesting. Confirm attack. Okay, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. It said attack for 2... But then it's got this little gold thing here. I thought that meant for 4. Where's the modifier coming from, guys? Explain that part to me. We drew a 0 attack modifier. How do I know what I'm drawing for an attack modifier? I can't intelligently figure this out if you don't tell me how to do this. I'm gonna have to go back and play the previous tutorial because I don't understand. Okay, so I can move through this guy again. Or I can move through him again. Because I only moved 2. Alright. But is it gonna... Since the shield is still there, it's still not gonna kill him, is it? And the other guy, what's he gonna move? What's his thing? He's gonna move... Oh, he's gonna move 4. He can get to me no matter what. Okay. And there's no way to isolate myself from these 2 guys and make use of these traps. Yeah, because they can move for 4. So, I'm not understanding here then. So I guess I should have used this Pierce attack over here. We're going to have to do this over. Okay. Oh, and then there's no second attack. It's just more movement. Okay. All right. Well, that's a bummer. Alright, we'll do the scenario. Let's see if I can understand what's going on here. So, we shouldn't have moved at all, and I thought that was going to be really tricky, but... I can't burn a card. I'm just going to die. Alright. We're going to start over. Yeah, I really want to understand that modifier part. It's like they skipped right over that. I don't understand that part. I don't like not understanding video games. I don't like it when they have mechanics that I don't understand and their tutorial doesn't explain it well. So, we definitely want to use... Which one? This one. We want to use trample because we want this attack that does piercing damage. And that's on the top half. So the other one has attack for 2 with spare dagger on the bottom or shield ourselves. Okay, we're going to want to shield ourselves. So we have this attack for 3 with piercing of 2. Okay, that should kill the one guy on the left no matter what. I mean, the one guy on the right. So it'll kill him outright. Well, we got a modifier of 0. Where'd the modifier of 0 come from? I don't know. I'm not kidding. Is it? I mean, I don't understand the modifier part. Let's keep playing and try to figure it out. Okay, so now with this, minor healing potion. Self during your turn, perform a heal action. Yes, how do I do that? Oh, a self action. Okay. So we'll shield ourself. And then we can do this, a self action. Okay. So we can do that. Confirm targets. Okay. And the brute's turn. So now he's gonna forgo the move part, and he's just gonna hit me, and he got a +1. Because he rolled. He just rolled a +1. He just got it somehow. Okay. Received 2 damage. Sure. Whoa. Okay. He gets to go twice. Whoa, he gets to go 3 times? Why is he going to go 3 times? What's this? Heater shield. Okay. Oh, I have to do that every turn? It's not automatic? Wow, that's weird. Final objective, kill the remaining living bones. A tip for you, perhaps you could use the old push trap combo. Yeah. Push trap combo, nice. Push attack combo. On the next 6 sources of damage from attacks targeting you to gain 1 shield. That's nice. Trample. Attack with pierce. So, alright, well, it doesn't matter. It's a random card, so. Yeah, burn trample. So, what do we got? Warding strength, which is this. It's attack and push. We want spare dagger, attack 2, and shield bash. Now, let's do this. He's got a 45. Alright. So, if we do this, if we do an attack push for him, we rolled a 0. Why did we roll a 0? Now, no, I don't want to skip the push. I want to do the push. Confirm the push. Okay, that was nice. And now we have to shield self because we... Just because we can. Alright. Weird. Okay. Don't get too close. Attack modifiers. I gotta do this one again because I don't understand.
Let's talk about attack modifiers.
Yeah. Explain this to me.
So far in your training, characters have always drawn a +0 attack modifier, meaning their attacks have always dealt the exact damage value specified on the card.
We know that part.
In real scenarios, For each attack, the character will draw an attack modifier which influences the damage dealt. These can increase the damage by +1, +2, or ×2. Decrease by -1, -2, or ×0, or leave the value unaffected, as you've seen with a +0. You can see the contents of a character's modifier deck by hovering over any character. Note that unlike player characters, all monsters share a single attack modifier deck.
I'm chewing on a donut while I listen to this guy talk. You can see the contents of a character's modifier deck by hovering over the character.
For this training scenario, these archers have
We get that part.
attacks have disadvantage. You can
I got
only
that.
disadvantage one archer here, so kill the other with a ranged attack. Should be easy, as the Brute's attack modifier deck is full of +1s for this mission.
Full of
You can
+1s.
thank me later.
I know that part, but how do I... If I hover over him... Oh, it's right there. So all that's in here is +1s. Okay. Alright. Attack, range with the spare dagger, leaping cleave is going to let me move. Alright, and grab and go. Yeah. So let's do this. Okay, so if I just hover over my character, not on the character screen up here, but down here, that's going to show it to me. Okay, so if I just move over here, and then I'm going to attack this bozo. +1 because that's all that we have in our deck. Alright. And then if I want a minor healing potion. Oh, how interesting. And the Brute's turn.
You see how she drew both the You also saw how your attack with your
Yep, I saw that. Okay. I just want to know how to actually see it. That was the big deal. So, short rest this. Burn the card. Now we just need to do what? 4 damage to her? Spare dagger, that's an attack of 2. And the grab and go is a move. Boink, boink. Grab the low initiative one first. Attack of 3. And I got a +1 modifier because when I hover over my character, it says that's all you've got. Okay. Yay. Alright. Move over there. I got you. Okay. That'll make sense then. Let's get to the next scenario.
Nice. You finished.
I got you. Alright. So with attack modifiers, I am Brute, a blade in the night. The scoundrel has 2 daggers and a lot of gold to loot. She isn't planning on leaving anything behind. Well. Meet the scoundrel. She's incredibly nimble and mobile, not to mention able to combo off huge amounts of melee damage when things line up just right. Let's help her out of this sticky situation. Firstly, you need to kill 3 archers this round before they attack. That's asking a lot. You certainly need something that can hit more than one target at a time. Okay, throwing knives. That's your ranged attack. Smoke bomb, invisible, self. On your next attack, while invisible, double the value of the attack and gain. Okay, so what's the 2 gold thingies? I don't know exactly what that is. Gain 2 gold thingies. Okay, we're just gonna have to figure this out. Disarm 1 adjacent trap and attack for 3. These guys have 1, 2, 3. Okay, how would we pull this off with 2 cards? Throwing knives. It's a range of 3. Smoke bomb. Pull. Kill 3 archers before they attack this round. My brain is not computing this. Oh, wait a minute. So, well, okay. Let's say you could pull them into the trap. That's still only one action. I don't want to disarm a trap. I can attack. That's fine. Smoke bomb, though. I don't quite know what that does. And throwing knives. I don't understand how you kill 3. Wait a minute. What's their thing? Doesn't say yet. What about us? We got 0 modifiers. How far can they shoot is the question then. Because maybe she can't shoot very far, but she's probably going to be able to move like 3 or 4 and then shoot me. I could get in this corner maybe. Attack for 3. I could pull. Pulling's not going to help me though. On set invisible self on your next attack while invisible, double the value of the attack and gain to double the value of the attack. Does it just mean the hit points? Range 3, target 2. Oh, so that's what the target means. So I'm going to get to throw a knife at 2 of them. Okay, hold on. Throwing knives. I got you. There's 2 targets. And then there's... I can pull somebody close to me. Okay. Okay, because the throwing knives are what? They're in a range of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can get that person. And then I could try to pull this person into this trap. Would that work? Double the value of the attack. Yeah, but those are both top halves, so it's not going to work. I think you're going to have to do the pull thing. So let's do throwing knives and smoke bomb and see how it works. They're going to move 2 and range attack for 5. Wow. Okay. Range attack of 5 with an attack value of 1, and they're going to immobilize. Oh, great. Okay. Well, let's try the pull first. Because if this doesn't work... Yeah, right there. Okay, that's nice. And then this... 1... Oh, nice, and it says right there. Okay. Well, this scoundrel... Feels good picking off multiple targets in a single turn, doesn't it? Yeah, especially when you only have 2 cards. One last objective. Loot at least 5 piles of gold this round. A tip for you. Sometimes the top half of a card allows you to move too. Loot abilities pick up all the gold within the radius specified. So you work out where you need to be standing to get looting. Okay. Loot all the gold? Okay. So what do we have? Those are discarded. Thieves' Knack. So if we just do a short rest, it's going to have to burn that card and then we're going to get all those back. Okay. Now what do we get? Throwing knives. Loot 2. Oh. Does that mean the distance at which it loots? Pull. Disarm when adjacent trap. Loot 1. Yeah, I think that's what that means. So loot. Let's see if we did a loot 2. So we need loot 1 and loot 2. Throwing knives. Wait a minute. Is that the top one? It's the bottom. Ah, okay. It says quick hands. You can move 2 though. What are my other choices? Disarm 1 trap and attack. Smoke bomb. On your next attack, double the value. No. Okay. How's this going to work? Loot 2 is going to allow you to loot everything up to 2, which just means you just need to get over here. And it should work for that, but it's not going to get this one. I don't know how you would get... Wait a minute. So 1, 2, 1, 2. If you're here, you're going to get everything except that one. How would you actually get all of them? Because that's too far away. If you stand here, it's too far away. It's too far away. It's too far away. If you stand here, it's too far away from that one. That's not 2. That's 3 away. I don't know. The math's not working out for me here. 3, 2. I can get this. I can get all of this over here. I can't get this one here. Loot at least 5 tiles. Oh, okay. That's all it wants you to do. I got you. Never mind. Not paying attention to the whole thing. Okay, move. Confirm movement. Loot at least 5. I got you. Skip the attack part. Loot that. Confirm action. Alright. Okay. Let me just take care of that gold for you, says the merchant. For assistance in this scenario, the scoundrel has agreed to join the guild. And that means we've got enough mercenaries there for a proper mission. Okay. Alright. What do we got? Master the elements. Spellweavers are a powerful race, but vulnerable in close combat. Learn how to use the elements to your advantage. Oh, interesting. Okay, we're gonna do one more of these, and then we'll probably cut the stream here. It's been very What the hell is this? Meet the Spellweaver, surrounded by everything that's gonna kill it. Powerful but fragile magic wielder who's about to get its ass kicked. Good thing we found her when we did. That's a lot of bandits. To get her out of this mess, you'll need to harness the power of the elements infused in the battlefield. The elemental infusions display can be seen on the right-hand side of the screen, indicating which magical elements available for consuming. In this scenario, the ice element is already infused, but elements are normally infused for 2 rounds through using actions with elemental symbols on them, available for consumption after the turn in which they are fused. In this round, you must consume the ice element to augment Freezing Nova's attack, killing as many bandits as you can, and then survive the round by using a jump move to get out of reach. Okay. Freezing Nova, eh? And then what? Attack, attack, loot, move, jump. Move 8. Wow, that's nice. They're going to move 3 and attack for 2. Okay, attack target all adjacent enemies. Immobilize them. And what's my oh, I got all my modifiers up here. Okay, so what are we gonna go? We're gonna what's this? Consume ice +1 to attack. Okay. That's fancy. Okay, move 8 via jumping. Oh my. Okay, what's the furthest away I can get from these guys? There's a 1. I don't think I can get any further away than that. Yeah, move. Confirm move. Oh, I can't move to here. Oh, I see. It's just a waypoint. I can confirm movement there, though. So I can only get... Oh, so I could have got way around this corner. 1, 2... Okay. Well, we just need to survive. By consuming the ice element, Freezing Nova dealt 3 base damage against instead of 2, knocking out 3 bandits plus applying the immobilize condition so the bandits couldn't chase after you. Okay, so that gave you immobilize. Ride the Wind also infused the air element for you to use later if you need be. You may also have noticed with only 3 unburnt cards remaining, the Spellweaver will be exhausted after the next round is over, as you cannot return burned cards via resting. Fortunately, the Spellweaver has a very powerful trick up her sleeve. Many of her powerful cards may burn after usage, but the top half of Reviving Ether allows her to return all her burn cards to her hand. Getting the timing right on this one-time recovery per scenario of all burned cards is key to using the Spellweaver well. It's up to you now to kill the remaining bandits. Revive Ether will recover all your burned cards so you can finish these bandits off at your leisure. Okay. I see. Reviving Ether. Alright, so if we do... Well, yeah, we have to do a short rest. Perform a short rest. Recover all your burn cards. Burn reviving ether. Redraw 1 damage to self. Okay. Burn freezing nova. So now, cover all your burn cards and flame strike. They're going to move 2 and attack for 2. Spellweaver's turn. Okay, so what's flame strike going to do? Attack for 3 at a range of 2 and wound. Confirm targets. Can I get more than 1 target? No. Alright, we have to kill this guy. So you're dead. Oh, but I needed to recover all my burned cards. Oh, well. Skip movement. Alright. Boy, he made himself stronger. But he only gets to move for 2. Okay. Alright, so if I do a short rest, get rid of flame strike. Oh no, so I'm toast because okay, I didn't do it right. These scenarios are very specific. There's no room for error. You have to do everything exactly the way they want you to do it. Okay. Jeez. Alright. So, Freezing Nova, and then Ride the Wind. It's an old Poison song. I can tell I'm going to tactically have problems with this game because I just don't think the way this game wants me to think. My brain does not move the way it wants me to move. Alright, so can I go over here? Confirm movement, yes. Alright. Skip movement and the Spellweaver's turn. Yep. Now we gotta do a short rest. Reviving ether, we have to redraw. Burn freeze. Now we have to do this. And now we have to recover all your burn cards. Oh, I see. Now the other guys should be too far away from me. Yes? Or is he gonna get close enough? Did I need to be over on this other square? Nope. The rocks are in the way. Okay. Obstacle. Alright. So. Mana Bolt. Okay. Heal 3. Freezing Nova. Adjacent enemies. Or heal 4. Fire Orbs. Attack 3. Targets 3. Oh, we want that for sure. Okay. And then, yeah. We want to make sure we go first. Let's do this. There are 30. Alright. So, can we attack these guys? What are my modifiers? I don't have a +1 in the deck, but I have a lot of bad ones. Okay. Confirm targets. I can't pick a third target, can I? Nope. Okay. I can't double up on one of them. I get a -1 on that guy, but it's still enough to kill him. And then I can heal 3. Confirm targets. Alright, now what? No grabbing of the gold that time. For helping her out about buying, the Spellweavers agreed to join our guild. Okay. Alright, alright. Starting to make some sense now. What's next? Brain over brawn. Tinkerers are very... How many we got? We got 3 left. I think we can do... We can run a little long here and do all 3 of these and people can see what this is like. Do all these tutorials. Tinker's a very resourceful creature but can't get up to much while wounded. Ooh. Well, let's see what that's. Meet the Tinkerer. He's a great support character to have on a team, but can also take on multiple enemies in a pinch. Looking at all those skeletons, I say this counts as one. Currently, he's wounded and will take 1 damage at the start of his turn, so you ought to heal him as soon as possible with that minor health potion. Looking at where the enemies in this room are, I'd advise you to go as late as possible this round. Sometimes it's better to go slow and let the enemies come to you so you aren't at risk of being attacked. When you can use one of the Tinker's famous area effect attacks to deal some serious damage to multiple enemies at once. You can recognize such abilities by their hex-shaped patterns on the ability card, showing you the shape of the area it will target. It's energizing tonic. I need to... Okay, this says poison and it's got a little leaf on it. What does that mean? And the other ones have the little gold stars on them. What does the gold star mean? I don't know. There's ink bomb though. Okay. So ink bomb would let us go late. And then what's he got for healing? He's got to move 6. He's got... Okay. What are you guys going to do? It was saying go last, but that's a range of 2. It's poison, toxic bolt, attack, range 2. Energizing tonic. Oh, that's the first action is the 3. So you wouldn't be able to do the ink bomb this turn. You'd have to heal and then do like toxic bolt. Okay. I think I get where they're going with this. Well, you're going to want to heal. Then you're going to want to do that damage. Because the heal is on the top half. So you can't do ink bomb. So let's do this. Lion bones. My lion bones. Alright, we'll receive the damage. Then we're going to do heal 5. Yep. Confirm targets. That'd be me. Blink. You may have noticed that when you use the heal ability when the wounded, the character not only recovers hit points but loses the wounded condition. Healing can also remove a poison condition, but in that case you will only remove the condition and regain no hit points. Okay, and then there's attack, but this is a range of 2. Okay, so skip the attack. And then what's this? Minor healing potion. Sure, let's be as healed up as possible. Because I've probably already done something wrong with the way they want me to do things. You didn't manage to hit 3 enemies. Sometimes it's better to wait. Wait, okay. Try picking ink bomb first and then toxic bolt. But I was supposed to heal. This is just the way it was last night when I went through the first few scenarios, trying to understand this game. I find this thing really frustrating. It's like being cattle shooted. If you just want to show me how to specifically do something, then don't make it a tutorial. Just show it to me. Say, here's 6 steps in a row. Don't give me the illusion of choice and give me multiple objectives and then force me to do one thing. Okay, so you want me to ping ink bomb first, and then you want me to attack. You don't want me to heal. Okay. All right. Like I said, I'm clearly not going to be smart enough to play this game because I just don't. My brain doesn't think the way the developers do. I've played dozens upon dozens of tactical turn-based games in the last 30 years, and I love tactical turn-based games, and this one's not meshing with my brain, so I don't understand. Okay, so this is what? Attack with a range of 3. Okay, and they've all got defenses up, so great, and they're still all there, except, well, 3 of them are there. Alright, range attack. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. Fine. Just Why did I pick Poison Bolt then? It's because it's what they told me to pick. Alright. You may have noticed that when you use a heal ability, yeah, we noticed that. Ink Bomb was pretty good, huh? I'll leave you to finish off the rest of the bad guys. Did you know that you can rotate the shape of an area effect? I didn't, but I have to short rest now and lose a card, so... Toxic Bolt, yeah, burn it. Whatever. So, I can do what? Net Shooter, and I can immobilize. Or I could heal myself. Immobilize one adjacent enemy. I'd probably rather do this. Wait a minute, how big is the space? I can only immobilize one guy? I'm not sure I want to do that. Target one adjacent enemy and immobilize that, or attack this to try to immobilize 3 guys. It's a range of 3. I'd rather just heal, I think. Let's immobilize. Immobilize target one. Oh, one adjacent enemy. Okay, never mind. One adjacent enemy. Yeah. It's immobilize and then move? Okay. Yeah, my brain doesn't get it. Don't get it. Don't understand this game. Looks really neat. Not for me. Not working for me. Don't get it. Okay. Well, that's it. My hour's up with Gloomhaven. I think it's a really gorgeous looking game. I think it's probably really neat if you can wrap your head around the rules. I clearly can't. So, playing through these tutorials, and it's just incredibly it's frustrating. I don't understand. I'm going to go back to playing something that I can actually understand. This looks really neat. Thank the developer for the key. It's really cool. I may try my hand at it some other day. I think what I'm going to have to do is go through some online YouTube tutorials where people can explain everything, because there's still stuff missing from this tutorial. I don't understand what these gold marks are. I don't understand what that is. The gold star that says 2. I don't understand what the leaf is. I don't understand the ordering of events that they want you to do things in, because what my brain wants to do and what this game wants me to do are 2 different things. It's like 2 completely different hemispheres of thinking. So I don't get it. It looks wonderful. Yeah, Uncatchable in the chat on Twitch is saying, "Oh, it's a fantastic game." Well, I'm sure it works for some people. It's clearly beloved tabletop game, and the computer representation of it looks wonderful, but the rules aren't meshing with the way I think. So I don't. The things that I think would be obvious are not, and then I just don't understand. They're not explaining enough stuff here for me. So I'm gonna take a break and come back. Like I said, there's it's the official launch day for the Tracy Brothers Cyber Knights Flashpoint, and then I do want to keep playing a little bit of Wilderness because I played that yesterday and I had a lot of fun with it. And then I'm really playing a lot of Rogue Trader right now. So, folks, that's it for now. Go look at the other Turn-Based Fest people. The schedule is out there. Let's see if I can get the schedule up for the Turn-Based page. Yeah. So that's the Turn-Based schedule. If you go to the homepage, TurnBasedFest.com, you can see this schedule. You can find streamers streaming games that you want to see. So definitely go out there, and there's all kinds of stuff going on to game. Zamulf was streaming Wildermyth himself earlier today. 2D Kiri was streaming something that looked really interesting. There's just all kinds of streamers doing all kinds of things. So definitely go check them out. Go have fun. I will be on here on and off all day today. So keep checking back in streams, YouTube, Twitch, see what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing turn-based stuff all week. Thanks for watching, everybody. Happy game.